guys. Today is a day that will live in infamy in the annals of my bike riding. Wow. You see me here on Route 191, north of Honesdale. Just mile after mile of farmland, rolling hills, really beautiful country, very rural. I would not want to break down up here. I think I passed one gas station in 30 miles. Very rural. Anyway, I took a vacation day today. I just needed a break. I've been going full tilt at work. Went out this morning for a quick ride to get some coffee, some breakfast. Then I figured, let's head up to the gas station. And from there, I'll head up to the next town. So I was feeling good, riding. It wasn't too hot. And I've been wanting to take this ride up Route 191. It's about 30 miles to the Pennsylvania-New York border, and this little town called Hancock, New York is on the other side. Just, it seemed like it would be an enjoyable ride. I checked the weather, and, it said a shower in spots. I looked at, it's the Delaware River over there. I looked at the radar, didn't see much. Heading over the bridge now, across the Delaware into New York. So, I thought if it rains a little bit, I'll just, pull off if I have to, or maybe just go through, a brief shower. It's been that way all summer, basically. So, that was the plan. Had a nice ride up there, found a little gas station mini mart, went in, got a cool drink, and, just looked around, took a couple pictures. There's a historic hotel there on the left. Pretty neat to see. And that was it. It was time to go back home. But things didn't quite work out like I wanted. Once I started heading back, the sky was getting pretty ugly, and within a minute it started to rain. I knew there was a storm cell coming through, so it was a question of ride through it for a few miles, or maybe just head back and wait it out. So at the time, it seemed like a good idea to just wait it out. This little empty building was about the only thing I could find with a roof sticking out about 3 feet. So I just pulled my bike under here, and I figured I'd be here for 15 minutes or a half hour. Hey guys, just got home. It's a little wet here. I'm drenched. I probably have a cup of water in each boot. At least that's what it feels like. I had this rain cover over my bag. My wallet and phone. I think my phone's in a Ziploc bag, actually, in my pocket. But other than that, everything important is protected in that. Okay, so here's what happened. I was up in Hancock, New York. I got a little something to drink, checked some emails, decided it was time to head back home. Came out and saw a little dark cloud in the area. The weather for today said a stray thunderstorm. Stray. I can handle stray. I can wait 5 minutes at a gas station or something. Not stray. It was not stray. So I started out, got a mile down the road and it started raining. And based on what I saw on my phone, it looked like it would be something that would pass in maybe a half hour. So I said, I really don't feel like getting wet and riding through what looked like about 5 miles of rain. So I turned around, headed back to town, which was a very little town. And I found this little train station building that was closed. It had about a 3-inch overhang, so I parked the bike under there, which you'll see in the picture I posted. Anyway, it started raining, then it started pouring, and it poured for a solid hour. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. it out. Finally, the torrential pouring rain relented back to just regular rain. I might be here a little longer than I thought. And I decided it's time to get out of here. So I started, I was already wet from the wind blowing the rain in on me. Geared up, started heading home, and it started pouring. Think of, really bad rain when you're in your car, such that people are pulling over, because that's how bad it is. That's how it was. Never did anything like that on a bike. It was so bad at one point that I was probably going 20 miles an hour following a minivan. I couldn't see, much at all really. There's no windshield wipers on these helmets. And I can't even describe how hard it was raining at this point. But just when I thought, this is probably as bad as it can get, it started to hail. Yeah. And when I say hail, I mean like almost the size of marbles hail. And even with leather riding gloves, when it would hit my hands, it would sting. So I had a car that had been in a hailstorm and had dents all over it. And I was really concerned if my tank and stuff was going to get damaged. I don't see anything at the moment, but I guess, we'll see. So I went through the hail. The hail relented, and then it was just a torrential downpour. Torrential downpour for about 30 miles off and on. Finally got to about 50-mile point of the trip home. 65-mile trip total. It stopped raining finally. In the last 10 miles or so, as you can see, sunshine and blue skies. I'm drenched, all my gear's drenched, the bike's cruddy, so I'm just going to wash it real quick. It was as clean as a whistle when I left this morning. But that was definitely the worst conditions I've ever ridden in, and I hope that I can look back on this day and say, yeah, that was the worst day I ever went riding, because I don't ever want to top this. It was the worst. I'm home, I'm alive, the bike didn't break down. The engine did get a little farty when it was really pouring, and I assume that's because some water was coming in through the air cleaner, but, all's well that ends well. That's my story. Be safe. Till next time.